feel like at this point I'm getting too old to get into this and wondering if there's any future for me in this. So that's kind of one of the biggest like self-sabotage things that people will do. They'll say, I'm too old for this. I'm not young enough to do this. But it's an excuse we make to keep ourselves from being uncomfortable. And it's an excuse that a lot of people will use to just kind of write things off. But let me tell you, first off, you're not too old to do anything. Regardless of what it is you want to do, you're not too old. I understand the feeling of like, I haven't done this long enough. I've got so much work ahead of me to get to a point where I would even be able to do something with this, but you're never too old to do that. The last thing you want to do is wait until you're in a position where you absolutely can't do it anymore. You can do anything you want to. I think so many people tell themselves that they're too old to get into something, or they're too far along in their life or career to find any meaning in something like art or 3D or anything really. And it's something that I want you guys to remember. That's just an excuse. You're never too old to get into anything, no matter what it is. If you want to start doing music, if you want to start doing Broadway, whatever it is, you are never too old to do something. And don't let that be an excuse, because the last thing you want to do is be full of regret because you didn't do the thing you wanted to do. I mean, look at me, for example, right? I graduated college in 2015, and I am just now getting rolling because I pushed things off and I waited and I waited, and I regret a lot of that. But the last thing you want to do is be at a point where you can't do these things anymore because of sickness or because of debilitating injuries, like whatever it is. You don't want to have the regret that you weren't able to do this because you held yourself back. So no, you're not too old, and I want you to remember that.